What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Another Sunday, another episode of the Always Chillin' podcast, Skinny D and the Sandman here in the barbershop. Once again, we're pretty sure it's episode 43. We're not 100% on that, but we're pretty sure. We've come to a mutual agreement that it's probably 43.
Yeah, probably.
Check us out on all our social media. We're on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram is the best place to see what's going on. Videos are on YouTube and Spotify, and we always say this, but tell your friends. Let's get right into it. So I was just at Branched Oak checking out my mom and dad's new camper. She was like, don't go on your show and make fun of how luxurious our camping is now. Because we used to, like, when I was a kid, it was like in a tent, you know.
Okay.
And we've kind of been just slowly upgrading.
Right.
As my parents get older, you know. So we started out tent camping, and then eventually they got this little pop-up camper, and now they have this real nice. I mean, it's borderline like nicer.
The
than
big
my
dookie,
house.
man.
Yeah,
Let's call it what it is. They got the big dookie.
My mom just wants to live in it. Like, I walked in and she's like doing the dishes. The kitchen has an island. Yeah, so I was like, this is pretty fucking nice. And this is the kicker.
You might not see your parents again, dog.
Yeah, they kind of want to just live in it full time, and I don't blame them. Like, it's like I said, it's borderline nicer than my house.
They might be the fuck out of here,
Yeah,
man.
so I go in there and I'm like, oh man, this is pretty sick. And they got this love seat, and let me bust this down for you. This love seat, it reclines, right? It can lay down like all the way. You can lay all the way. There's like it's in front of a flat screen TV that's just like mounted into the wall. Just came with the thing, you know. So I haven't even gotten to the good part. So you can recline in this thing. It lays all the way down. This thing, I mean, it has cup holders. Obviously, you gotta have them. It has heated seats.
Holy shit!
And they massage. Yeah, heated, massaging, reclining love seat in this.
Oh yeah, that's the big dookie for real.
Yeah.
That's the big dookie.
Yeah, I'm like, shit, dog, can I borrow this? Like,
damn.
Next time me and my wife want to take a little vacation, we might just ask Dad to park that camper out at Branched Oak and just pay the pay the site fees.
Oh.
Yeah, and then just stay in the camper for a few days.
You in like Flynn right there, baby.
Yeah, it's like nicer than just about any Airbnb I've had.
Well, it would have to. Because they're made to spend time in.
Yeah, I
mean, so
and
you gotta have all
Enjoy
everything you pretty much got in your house.
It's got two bathrooms.
No shit.
Well, one of them's like there's like barely enough room. Like I would probably have trouble sitting on the toilet.
They got the push button shit where the extra room comes out and shit in it. Man, that's crazy. That blows my mind.
It's got like four of those things that come out of it.
That blows my mind.
It's got lights on the outside. It's got a speaker system wired through the whole thing that has speakers on the outside too. It's got hookups for a TV on the outside, so they could put a TV. It's got everything's automatic. It's got automatic awnings and stuff.
Yeah,
like when it comes time to poke it out and put it back together, Dad just hits buttons. Beep. Yeah, he can do it with an app on his phone. Yeah, this shit's crazy.
Yeah, you may not see your mom and pop again, dog.
Yeah, well, I mean, good.
They might be in goddamn British Columbia, Canada.
Yeah, we got
next time you talk to them.
We got him this book of like, it's like all 50 states, like the best like road trip shit to do in each state. So hopefully,
See,
hopefully they get around to doing that.
I do that.
Yeah,
I do that.
Yeah, because Dad won't fly.
Yeah, I ain't flying either, so I would do that.
There you go. Yeah, so they got a camper and they can take it. They're going down to Indian Cave State Park or whatever.
No shit.
Yeah,
nice spot, man. Nice spot
they're going
down
there
there
in a couple weeks. So
nice spot. They're gonna enjoy that down there.
We'll see how that goes. My grandma was out there. Confirmed she doesn't listen to this.
She had to let you know.
Yeah, well,
I don't listen to it.
She didn't let me know, but I could just tell. I could just tell that she won't listen. So we're good.
It's all good. Shout out to Grandma.
Yeah, grandma's never gonna hear anything we say. Dee's grandma does listen. My grandma does not.
Yeah, my grandma, she still hip a little bit.
Family's a little more supportive. I think my dad's way behind. He's been busy, but
well, y'all got enough to catch up on along the ride.
Yeah. You're driving wherever you're going.
You can play it in the back.
Tons and tons and tons of episodes to catch up on. Dad.
The 19 speaker sound system in the back of there.
Yeah. Speaking of the show, been a while since we did a little update. We got people from all kinds of countries.
I saw that, man.
Shit's getting kind of
Israel.
crazy. Yeah, the list of countries that people are listening to us in is getting pretty long. Not that we haven't. I mean, I'm not gonna flex like we got a ton of people listening.
Way longer than the last time I looked.
Yeah.
Really blew my mind. I'm like,
got more than the last time. I kind of stopped paying attention to it too. From when we first started, I was like obsessed with it. It's like
we got kind of
one more listener.
Got kind of a small female following.
Do we?
Yeah, small, but they're out there.
We're in every age demographic now.
Yeah.
Most of the people that listen are actually older than both of us.
I know, that's a trip.
Which is weird.
That's a trip. Our age group is, but older than us.
Yeah, we're across the map, man. We got men, women, everything else.
Love to love.
From lots and lots of countries. Again, not that there's tons of people listening, but
we
do appreciate it. But it's cool. I get messages. I'm not going to put anybody on blast directly, but I get messages like, "Oh yeah, my wife is dealing with breast cancer, so listening to you talk about your mom dealing with it helps a lot." People messaging about prison, like, "Yeah, that shit's so true. That story was funny as hell." People messaging me about the Marine Corps, like, "Yeah, I can relate." So that shit's cool. So if something we say resonates with you, hit up the page.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about more than anything.
Yeah, I love taking screenshots of that shit and showing D that somebody said something real nice.
That's what it's about more than anything.
Yeah. So it's real cool. We do have like a kind of a little bit of, I don't want to say like fan base, but we got some core listeners that listen no matter what.
Yeah. They out there, man.
Yeah. Joey from the Trash Talk Boys podcast.
Them dudes.
Used to be the Sneaker Peek podcast. Now they're the Trash Talk Boys podcast.
Them dudes are crazy.
Joey on that show listens to our show like crazy. And he listens because he always comments about something we talked about in the show.
Right.
The only way he knows is if he's listening.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that. And listen to his show too, man. Trash Talk
Finding
Boys
out me and my
podcast
man got
cool.
a lot in common. Him and his wife are cosmetologists, both in school studying to be cosmetologists. Me and my wife are both barbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we tossed it up about that a little bit. The laws and the hours. You know what I mean? That from state to state. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I think he's in Arizona. They're in Arizona, and I think it's 300 hours to become a barber down there, and to become a barber here in Nebraska, it's 2,100.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Major difference.
I thought 300 was a lot.
Yeah, it is. 2,100.
I was like 300. Damn.
Yeah, man. Nebraska, they take the barbering very serious.
They take everything super serious.
Stupid serious.
Like being a teacher is harder. Being a nurse is harder.
In Nebraska, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they just have a court session about that shit not too long ago?
I think, they were talking about during COVID making it not so much.
Right.
And I think they're talking about waiving that stuff, but only for like military families, so that like if homeboy's stationed at Offutt and his wife is a nurse in another state, then she can come here and be a nurse
automatically.
too. Yeah.
Right.
That's shit like that. But I think that's only for like military people.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Shit.
It's super duper stringent.
It is
Here. More so
than
other places. And that's true for just about everything.
The plus end, as far as barbering, the plus end of that 2,100 hours is considered a degree.
Oh, that's cool.
So if me and Jana wanted to go to California or even New York, we don't have to reschool. We don't have to pay anything. We can set right up because we have a degree. Whereas if I get my barber's license in California, or if I get my barber's license in New York, I'm kind of stuck in California or New York. Yeah, that's the difference.
Kind of nice, man.
And if they come here, if somebody from California or New York comes to Nebraska and wants to continue their career, they're probably going to have to re-educate. They're going to have to go back through school at least. And they call those DLPs, where you got to come here and re-educate under our standards, and then we'll let you go back and work.
Yeah, that's how they are about everything.
Yeah, but it's they want that bread.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
That's what it's all about.
They want that bread.
That's what it's all about too. So I was in here getting my hair cut the other day, and Jana was laughing so hard that she had to stop. Because we were talking about. She had to stop cutting my hair for a little bit because we were talking about the pinch and roll.
Pinch and
roll. You're trying to teach
my
Jana the pinch and roll.
Yeah.
Shout out to my wife. She's got it.
She's got it.
Yeah, she can do it. No problem.
Damn, you can relax and you just go ahead and just chill.
Yeah, just do it.
Damn, see,
if you want to.
Jana don't want to learn, man.
It's like some kind of stress relieving thing.
She don't want to learn.
Like a little stress ball, but
I think it stresses her out thinking about learning.
She's worried she's gonna hurt you.
Yeah, I'm like, just be cool.
The pinch and roll.
The pinch and roll.
I mean, I think
fellas.
I think every fella that's listening.
Boy, have your leg shaking.
Knows what the pinch and roll is.
You get yourself and you just like,
yeah. But ladies, that's how us dudes itch our nuts. When they itch, you got to pinch and roll.
Yeah,
you don't scratch. You got to pinch and roll. Feels really good. Damon's trying to teach his wife how to do it.
I am.
She's not.
She's not willing. She's not willing.
I guess she's not willing.
So, fellas, if your wife pinching rolls, you gotta keep her. You gotta keep her.
My wife insists. She sees me scratching my own balls.
Lay down.
She gets mad. She's like, "Why are you doing that? Let me do that."
Lay down. I got you.
Like,
Fuck yeah, that's married life shit right there, baby.
Man.
Fuck yeah, girlfriends don't do that shit. Better get you a wife,
That's
dog.
wife duties.
Teach her how to pinch and roll.
Yeah, it was funny because you're like, see, Jenna, men are just as complicated as women are.
We are, man.
Yeah, it's a whole You might accidentally pinch the wrong thing. It's a
Woo!
It's a process, man. You gotta watch out down there.
I think one of our last bike rides, bro. And she thought I was fucking joking, like, cause I didn't crash, I didn't hit anything or something. And I wear,
Yeah, they don't understand.
protective, the protective shorts, usually when I ride, man. But I just got them just like.
Yeah, that's what it is.
One of them.
They can be like just sitting wrong, and then just something grazing them is enough.
One of them, dog, and I had to stop. I laid down.
They'll put you down for like 12 hours. A slight nut graze.
Just
put you down for what? My wife got one of those. Have you seen those? They're like these hula hoop things, and they have a weight like spinning on them.
I've seen.
They're
those.
real big on the internet right now. It's supposed to be a pretty good workout. We got one, and I can only do it for like 3 minutes before I'm like, yeah, I gotta fucking stop. So I was doing it, and it's just kind of fun, You get right, and then you just sit there like listening to music or something, and the thing just spins around, and it's just kind of fun. But yeah, I got tired, and I was like, okay, I'm done. So I just let it stop, and the thing, it's like a 3-pound weight on the end of it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so it comes around and it loses its momentum and it just swings and just nails me. It hits me directly in the left nut.
Oh,
And that's even worse when it's like
a directional hit.
Yeah, it's targeted like that.
Yeah.
Cause getting hit in the if grandma decides to start listening to the show again, getting hit in the dick isn't necessarily that bad.
No.
Yeah, it's the balls are the problem.
2 different regions.
Yeah. So this 3-pound weight, and it's shaped in such a way that it just swung around, and it only made contact with my leg. I thought the shit like exploded. I thought it burst, dude. I was like that fucking, and I was standing there just doubled over, like.
Got to take a nap now.
Yeah, I was fucked up. I was fucked up for like 12 hours later. I was still like, oh god damn, this shit kind of fucking hurts.
Gotta go to sleep for a minute, man. Gotta go to sleep.
Yeah, so that's the lowdown on balls.
Yeah. You gotta be careful with them.
In case anybody was wondering.
You gotta be decent with the deal bag.
Be decent with the deal bag.
Be decent with the deal bag.
What'd you say when I was in here? Oh, it's about to get dark in here.
yeah. I'll go to the bathroom. We got a bathroom in our room. Yeah, I'll go to the bathroom, and my wife, she talking to me and shit. I'm like, hey, be quiet. I'm about to make it dark in here. First time I said that to her, man, she fell out.
Did she even know what the fuck you were talking about?
Yeah, she didn't get it at first.
Take her a while? Like,
yeah, she was like, oh, you're fucking crazy. Oh yeah, I'm about to make it dark in here. About to pull this motherfucker out. Make the whole room dark.
Yeah, so there you go.
There you go.
Learn the pinch and roll, I guess, ladies.
It's art.
Yeah, he might.
It is art. There might even be some YouTube videos on
it. There probably is. There probably
maybe some YouTube.
Here's how to do it.
At least illustrations, maybe not, but I don't know.
Anyway, speaking of my wife, she wanted us. She's always just thinking, She's always like, she'll just text me randomly, like, "Oh, you guys should talk about this."
What she got?
So we talk about like prison and the Marine Corps, and we're always like, "Oh, they're not that different," but they are in one really key way that my wife was like, they are pretty different in this way. So, and I think you'll get where I'm going when I start. So the Marine Corps, I'm not shy about this. The Marine Corps opened up a lot of opportunities for me. I got my undergrad degree. I got my master's. That was all free. I'm getting a disability check every month. Like, I tell people I was in the Marine Corps, and it makes them like respect me more. Even
feel safe around you.
Right. Yeah. So even though the like day to day, it's kind of similar. Like we're just sitting around kind of doing the same shit and telling the same jokes and usually hating it and like counting the days till we're out.
Vulgarities.
Yeah. All that kind of shit. But my wife wanted to know: was there anything in particular that you were like, "Damn, going to prison really fucked me here"? You know, was there anything that you wanted to do that you couldn't do, or was there like anything you missed out on? You feel like?
No,
You know, things like, yeah, I kind
no.
of thought that's how you would answer.
Because me and the homies, we were just actually talking about this. Me and a few of the homies the other day, and we had all been to the penitentiary on one level or the other. And I think I just kind of blurted out like, even when I was a piece of shit, I was never hopeless. I was never like, I ain't never gonna be able to. Never,
That's true.
never,
Yeah,
never
I mean,
once did I
there's really
think
not
that.
there's really not a point to do that
Mm-mm.
because it's like it already happened.
You know, I think that's when you become institutionalized, when you give up on yourself like that. You know what I mean? And not that I thought I was like better than anybody in there, but bro, I had a dude that I lived in a cell with for 2.5 years, that I thought was my age, but was like 50 something years old at the time. Man, he was just a little short dude, you know, just a real baby faced dude, but was 50 something years old, had kids my age, but didn't know how to read, bro. Dropped out of fucking school in the 5th grade.
Damn.
So I'm like, oh fuck, I ain't got no problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
So
guess that is kind of like a situation like that. You kind of just don't have a chance. You don't even got a chance.
You didn't have a chance from the gate. You know what I mean? So I was never hopeless in there. If anything, I sharpened my iron in there. You know, they call you Thundercats. You know, when you're 20 something young cat going in there, you a Thundercat. You know what I mean? So a lot of the old heads, the OGs and shit, they don't really want to fuck with you. They don't want you in their cell. They don't want your energy or nothing, because you know what I mean? You doing a whole bunch of I wasn't like that. I had already been hanging with the older crowd on the street, so you know I kind of went in there looking for the OGs, and you know, and I pretty much had the same day-to-day operation as far as wanting the information, and I knew shit. There's political prisoners in there. You know, there's dudes that I remember seeing on the news and shit, and remembering what they were in here for, and you know, and I would, you know, get under some of them dudes' wings, you know what I mean, and kind of getting the blueprint, you know what I mean, because these dudes are never getting out, you know what I mean. It's just like, damn, taking a little bit here, taking a little bit there. You know, I was never hopeless in that motherfucker. I didn't find opportunities in there, but I knew they were there.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want.
I kind of had a feeling.
You don't want to go in there looking for opportunities.
Yeah. Kind of had a feeling that's what your answer would be.
But for a few guys, man, it did create opportunities for them. I won't say these 2 guys' names, but they were both inmates with me at the same time, and they're both to the point where they've worked themselves up back through society, and one's a motivational speaker. They're both pretty much in the same field, but they're both going back into the penitentiary and talking to guys.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So you know, so there's opportunity there if you want, as far as
that's true. That's true. I guess no matter what life,
I would
it.
never voluntarily walk back in that motherfucker for nothing. But you know what I mean?
Well, I think it probably takes a lot more like purpose and fortitude to turn prison into an opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, like the Marine Corps is kind of like, I got out and it was like, oh, you can do this now. Like I didn't even want to go to school, but they were like, you can go for free if you want. And I was like, oh, well, I mean, not only for free, they will pay you. So I was making money while I was going to school. That's the only reason I even
So
went.
that wasn't even a part of your initial plan. You went to the Marine Corps just
on
GP,
just to see
and
if
then
I
getting
liked
out
it.
and finding out that you can go to school.
Yeah.
Damn,
Well, I mean, I knew about the school
You knew
thing,
about
but
it.
I was, like everybody who signs up, they're like, oh, I'm going to be in for 20 years anyway, whatever.
Career,
and then you
right,
get
right.
there and it's like, oh, and never mind. This shit ain't for me for 20 years, but I'll do my 4 and I'll get the fuck out of here. So, but everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do 20 years for sure.
Never mind.
Because in theory, like you do your 20 years, you're retired when you're 38, getting a pension.
Oh yeah,
stability.
yeah.
You could just.
We ain't talking 67.
Yeah, when you're 38, you can just stop working and you're pretty much set up.
Does the military want you at 55, 60 years old?
I mean,
Where are you at?
you're like, I mean, if you're in for that long, you're like in charge of some shit. You know, you're like probably in like the White House or something. You know, like a
Because that's like dog
yeah,
years, ain't it, in the military?
That's like colonels and generals and all
right,
that shit.
right.
Yeah, you'd be if you're in there till you're 50 or 60,
you in there.
You're really
you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, because if they don't want you at that point, you know, because there can only be so many generals, you know, so you'll be encouraged to retire before that. So if you're in there till you're 50, 60, you're a pretty fucking bad motherfucker.
I always wanted to know that. Where do they want you at 50, 55?
Yeah, so I'm just not doing anything. I'm like, oh yeah, extra money will be nice. So I get my undergrad, and then it's like, oh, I still have some left. So fuck it, I guess I'll get my master's. You know, so it's like, yeah, the military is just like opportunities, just like pretty much. I mean, they practically have to force feed it to you because so many dudes get out and just let their become homeless or whatever. Because
really,
yeah, just because they don't take advantage of. I mean, not because they don't take advantage of the resources, but there's a ton of resources. So when you get out now, the VA sends you like, hey, did you know about this? You know about this? I still get letters in the mail like every other month. Like,
okay.
Did you know about this? You know about that? Are you doing this yet? Did you know? Yeah, so I was like, fuck it, I'll go to school.
Fuck it, why not? Shit.
They were paying me like, it was like $1,400 a month.
Damn.
Just cash money, direct deposited on the first of every month.
Fuck yeah.
While I was in school.
Go to school.
Yeah. While I was in school full time, and going to school full time is like taking 2 classes.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. Came out like a fat rat on top of that dog. Like I said, that was some player ass shit how you did that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even like want to, it wasn't even player ass shit. It was just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go. Like they called me like,
yeah.
They're like, you want to go to school? They were like, where do you want to go to school? I was like, I don't know, like Southeast Community College, and then maybe I'll transfer to university or something after that. And they were like, why don't you just go to Doane? And I was like, isn't that a private school? And they were like, yeah.
It is, ain't it?
Yeah, and they were like, yeah, and I was like, will you pay for Doane? and I'm about to make some commentary about some things, so nothing against any particular universities, but I was like, will you pay for Doane? They were like, oh yeah, and then I was like, will you pay for Wesleyan? And they were like, no.
No. No.
I was like, okay, Doane it is, man. Yeah, so I went to Doane, and I ended up with a master's. I never had I didn't even, when I got out of high school, I was never planning on going to college.
No, never even. It was out.
That's the whole reason. Like that's the whole reason I was joining the Marine Corps, is because it's like I'm like, oh, there ain't nothing for me here. I'm not going. All my friends went to UNL. I could have gone to UNL on some academic scholarship shit, but I was like, yeah, that just ain't for me, man. I don't think school's for me. And then school's definitely not going to be for me when I'm 5 years older than everybody. Like,
Right.
Be a 23-year-old freshman.
Right. Well, that was one of my fucking things, man. Getting out of prison at 34, I think I was, and going into barber school, man, and it was fucking 17, 18, 19-year-olds and shit in there, man. And I was like, God damn. Am I going to be able to do this?
Yeah. That was one of the cool things about Doane, too, because I did night school at Doane. I never actually went to the campus or anything. I did it I did it in Lincoln. So I was still like, a 23-year-old freshman or whatever, but I was still like the youngest person in class because everybody else was like a 40-year-old freshman. So
is that a religious school?
Out. Yeah, it's a Catholic school.
That's right.
Yeah, I didn't even know that till I got there.
With the marijuana study that's fucking
they have
failed for the next 3 years.
Yeah, I think, are they still the only school in Nebraska that has
UNL
marijuana studies program?
I haven't seen it.
Go to Doane, get your degree in weed.
I heard Southeast may be looking into it because they're looking into another expansion.
Yeah, I mean they should. Shit, no reason not to, man.
No reason not to.
And that's just getting people educated and making them move out of the state.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I guess if that's what you want,
about to be surrounded by that shit. And what's their goal right now to keep all the graduates here? Ain't gonna happen.
No,
they going where they can smoke a joint.
It's actually true. They actually are.
I mean, shit, that would be a deal breaker for me.
Yeah,
it's pretty much a deal breaker for me where I go on vacation. Is it legal there?
That's true. That is one of the first things.
It really dictates where you go, right? Where I go.
Yeah, like, ooh, maybe we'll check some shit out in Alabama. No,
can't. It's not legal.
You can't even have a sprinkle of weed.
Nah, not in Alabama, man. We might be legal before them motherfuckers.
You go to jail for that. Well, I might not. I don't know. You probably do.
Yeah, I'm going to jail for it.
I might not.
I'm going straight to jail for it. Yeah, it really dictates where I go on vacation if it's
that's
legal
true,
or not.
man. That's a good.
Because if I can't smoke,
When we're looking for Airbnbs, we're like, what states can we go to?
is it legal there? Nope, can't go.
I don't want to. I don't want to fuck with trafficking it.
No. You know what I'm saying?
Or
Gotta traffic this shit. We had to do that one time, and luckily we did. Because we didn't even think about the dispensaries closing at 9 o'clock.
Oh yeah, that's.
Yeah, I mean, it's business. It's real business. Like, man, we was like, fuck, we gotta, next time we know we coming, we gotta bring some weed with us until the morning.
Yeah, we were in Burwell, and I was like, man, somebody's gonna call the cops for sure. And then I was like, well, nobody here probably even knows what it smells like.
You know what I mean? That's where y'all was at.
Yeah. Because we got the Airbnb. We were just sitting outside of it smoking, and I was like, man, this feels illegal as hell, because it is. And I was worried that some old lady was gonna start calling the fucking cops and shit on us.
I mean, because I've been smoking so long, like a skunk don't even bother me. That shit smells like some fire ass weed.
Me and my wife we're driving, and we're like, damn, that smells kind of good.
That smells like weed.
I was like, that smells kind of good, man. We're like, that's a skunk.
It's a real skunk.
A skunk got hit by a car. And
that's how I know I'm ruined, dog. When that shit don't even bother me.
I'm like, oh, it smells kind of. Somebody got some
got some fire around here.
Wow,
dead skunk in the sewer.
Here's what I don't understand. At that Tool concert I went to, this happened at the Tool concert. We went to see Cardi B at Pinnacle Bank, and it happened. Which I'm not as surprised about Cardi B, but I mean, maybe I'm just not this brazen. And it's less for me about like legality and more about just like respecting people around me.
Read the room, right?
But I mean, people will just be sitting in their seat at the Pinnacle Bank Arena and just pull out just the fattest joint ever and just light it up and start smoking it inside the arena. And I'm just like, man.
I've done it.
Some people appreciate how that smells. Some people don't. I mean, I smoke, and I don't even like when people are blowing it in my direction or whatever. And I'm not trying to.
First, because I don't know what the hell you got in your shit.
Yeah, that too.
First,
and I mean, even cigarettes. Like, I don't want cigarette smoke. My wife like vapes in my direction sometimes, and if that shit gets like, if I inhale something and I'm not expected to, I'm gonna cough for like 15 minutes. That's just the kind of dude I am.
Yeah. I can dig it. I feel you. I've been to concerts where I've fuck it. Then I've been like,
yeah, it just seems like, I don't know.
I better.
I don't want to say it, trashy is too strong of a word, but it just seems like, I don't know.
Read the room.
Yeah, like,
read your area.
Like, you like weed and that's cool, but
Right.
not everybody does.
Right,
and,
right.
You know, like,
Definitely don't smoke a joint at an Earth, Wind, and Fire concert. Because your mama and them in there, first of all. You know what I mean? So that's where you got, I better not. I better not. This lady knows my mom and all. Yeah, fuck it, I better not. Yeah.
It's just weird to me. And I'm like,
if it's a weed, like if it's Snoop or, you know what I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Cardi B, almost, like, I'm like,
Yeah, it's probably not necessary
It just makes sense.
at a Cardi B concert to do that. But okay.
That Cardi B concert kind of fucking sucked, by the way. Wasn't that good? She wasn't even playing, like, I mean, no offense to, I do like Cardi B songs. I don't think she's that good live. I do listen to Cardi B. Me and my wife are banging Cardi B sometimes. However, at her concert, she would only do like a minute of a song and then go to the next one. You know, like she wasn't even playing all of her own songs.
The tools and machinery and gadgets in a studio, man.
Yeah.
It'll make me and you.
Well, yeah, and she wasn't even like, it's like she would sing along. They sing along to their own vocals. A lot of people.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like they just play the actual track and then the artist like sings over it.
I hate that.
Or like raps over it, whatever. So she did that, and that was like 10% of it, and then the other 90% she was just like twerking, you know. And me and my wife and my wife's little sister were all there, and we're just like, this just isn't that good of a fucking concert.
This is stupid.
And she would only do like a couple minutes of her own songs, but the songs had features, you know. So she would like, the whole song would just play. Like she has songs with Bruno Mars, it would just be Bruno Mars singing, and he's not there, you know. So it'd just be Bruno Mars over the speakers, and she's shaking her ass.
That's not showmanship to me.
Yeah,
I need showmanship.
Yeah, that's what we were kind of turned my wife off. My wife likes Cardi B a lot, but it kind of turned her off for a little bit.
The dopest concert I went to, man, Prince in Omaha.
That probably was pretty fucking good.
I think it was 96, 97. I can't remember. I remember it was real fucking cold. It was like 10 below zero outside, snow and ice and shit, man. And I remember this dude, it was supposed to be the end of the show, and he's still rocking like, y'all ain't ready to go outside yet and that shit, are y'all? And I swear it kept going for like 3 more hours, dog. I was in there like, God damn. That shit wore me out. I walked out of there like, I think I need to sleep for a whole day. Fucking Prince,
good.
man. That was,
he probably did put on a pretty good show. Backstreet Boys is still my best one, man.
Energy, you know what I mean? Energy.
Backstreet Boys is fucking crazy. I can't wait for them to come around again, honestly.
Energy. I can't remember. I was watching Ridiculous the other day, and there was a guy on there. I think he's a ex-MMA fighter turned stand-up comedian.
Oh, Brendan Schaub.
Okay, and he was talking about he dropped some edibles, and he was like, I got so fucking fucked up, man. I couldn't change the channel, so the Backstreet Boys, their tour show came on. And he was standing there. He's like, man, this shit is fucking tight. He's like, these dudes are like 40.
Yeah, dude, they're getting it,
so
man.
I thought of you. I was like, that's what Tom said,
that shit is fucking tight.
He said, these dudes are like fucking 40.
That shit is fucking tight. And they're the whole time just nonstop.
They were dope. Yeah, they were dope.
Like drenched in sweat.
They were dope.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
I do my little hula hoop thing for 3 minutes, and I'm like, I'm done. They did like a 4-hour
That's showmanship.
concert. Yeah.
That's showmanship.
Yeah, they're.
What do you say? Anytime the
highly
motherfuckers
recommend.
got the microphone, the one that goes around you about to get a show. If they're, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't about to get nothing, man. Yeah, I need showmanship, man. I need some showmanship. Got to see who else up. Run DMC, that was showmanship back in the day. That was showmanship.
Where'd you see them at?
Pershing Auditorium, man.
Nice.
Pershing Auditorium, Public Enemy, Beastie Boys. I seen in that motherfucker.
Have you walked past that building lately? That thing's a fucking
shithole. Castle Grayskull, man.
Yeah.
Seen some classic games, some classic shows. WWF. You probably know it as WWE, but back in my day it was WWF. Hulk Hogan, man. Coco Beware. Cage match between Coco Beware and Tito Santana, man. I was there, man. Junkyard Dog, man. Them dudes used to come down here to Lincoln a lot. I remember the first time I saw Hulk Hogan, I thought he was black.
Really?
He was so fucking tan.
Oh, yeah.
Thought he was black. That motherfucker was huge. Andre the Giant, man. I remember seeing almost every weekend. It seemed like they were either in Omaha or they were here in Lincoln.
That's pretty
Pershing Auditorium.
I would have liked to have seen that. I'm not into wrestling, but Hulk Hogan would have been pretty cool.
It was the shit, man. King Kong Bundy, man. All them dudes, man. All them dudes. Pershing Auditorium, and then to see that building just sitting there like that.
Yeah.
I saw fucking Public Enemy.
I graduated in there.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
They were still using that building?
Yeah, 2009 when I graduated high school.
Yeah, I guess they were. They were. Yeah. It's been empty for years.
Yeah,
I should turn it into an indoor skate park, bike park /
that'd be cool.
You know what I mean?
They're probably gonna tear it down and put apartments on them.
Yeah. They're talking about saving the mural though. I guess the mural was a local guy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. They should.
Yeah, put it in the street.
That's part of history. Around
put it in the street somewhere, or put it back up somewhere. That mural is iconic.
Yeah.
You know where you're at when you see that mural.
Mm-hmm. So you got a new car.
Yes.
We'll talk about that. What you got?
Got me a
What you got? What's your plans for it?
Got another little V-Dub.
You like it?
Passat comfort wagon. Yeah, I like it, man. Yeah, I like it. I'm about to slap 612s in that motherfucker. I already got 4.
Right on, man.
But I got enough room for 2 more.
6
So
12s.
what's better than 4?
6. You only had 4 in the other one?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that thing was still loud as fuck.
I know, man. I know.
Shit.
I'm more of an audio guy than I am
Yeah, I guess so.
a car guy, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I'll take a bucket, man, as long as I can put my blappers in there, man. I don't give a fuck. As long as I can put my blappers in there, I'm riding.
You're what? You're blappers?
Them blappers, man.
I never heard that.
Gorillas in the trunks. Got 4 midgets back there trying to get out.
You're blappers.
Them blappers, man. I've always been known as the dude with the music.
Blapper.
I've always been known as that dude with the music. I had a Cougar back in the day, believe it or not. I had 2 15s and 2 12s in that fucking trunk. I got it all in there.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. You were DJing at the bar, right?
Yeah.
What was the name of the bar?
Grandpa's Ribs.
Grandpa's Ribs.
Yeah.
my aunt was in town at the camper I mentioned earlier.
Right.
But yeah, she's from here, so she was like, yeah, what bar did his parents own? I'm like, I don't know, I've never asked him. She's like, yeah, maybe I went there sometimes. I'm like, I doubt it, but maybe could be.
It was a black owned establishment, but dog, we had white homies in the hood and shit. There was plenty of white people that would come in there, man. That's just who my dad was. So maybe we had
grandpa's rib. That's it. She did say it was like the name was like sounded like it shouldn't be the name of a bar or something. Is what she said. Grandpa's rib. So maybe it was, man.
Probably. Well, it initially it wasn't. He didn't want to do that. It was just a takeout, eat-in restaurant, but they had the room in there. You know what I mean? Just took out a whole lot of unnecessary tables that wasn't necessary, and they were in there kind of stupid anyway. So, shit, that's a dance floor. So he kind of turned it into that. He always said he kind of regretted that nightclub.
Really?
Yeah. He said he wished he kind of just stayed with the restaurant because it required him to be there all the time. I remember that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I remember him always having to be there.
Oh, Grandpa's rib. I don't know. Maybe they did party there.
Yeah, it was iconic, man. People still talk about it because
I'm gonna Google it.
It was in the neighborhood.
You ever Googled it?
Nah, I haven't.
I'm gonna Google it right now. Let's see. Grandpa's ribs. Oh, there's some stuff called Grandpa's ribs. Check it out. A young black man with an entrepreneurial spirit working for himself. He called his first business Grandpa's Ribs and Secret Sauce. Is that it?
Yeah, that's the partner.
This is a Journal Star article about him, I think. Is it?
Yeah, that was they probably talking about my dad's best friend.
Tyler Rupert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That story there, bro.
But it's paywalled, so I can't read shit about it. They want me to pay him $5.
Yeah, fuck all that shit.
Yeah, whatever. So yeah, I guess there's some. Is it still there?
No, it's a restaurant now. I think it's a food truck now.
Oh, okay, yeah. There it is. Grandpa's Ribs and Secret Sauce food truck.
So the name is still around here. But the recipes went with my pops.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
So the food got worse, is what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Okay. Nothing against the current ownership of Grandpa.
He might know it.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he does.
If it's still around. Man, now there's avian flu outbreaks. Now we got to worry about bird flu.
If you eat chicken.
Well, I do.
I didn't know how to put it. I didn't know how to go. I was trying to think of a way to go around it.
I do, dog.
Yeah, man. But they killed the flock. They already killed the flock. So
yeah, well, they're more worried about it, I guess, making chicken more expensive. Which
and I'm vegan, man, and like I'm not one of those vegans where I'm like, you eat meat, you're not right. I'm not that. So for the people that do, like, I already know because I am vegan. Like, I'm in tune and I'm in touch with some of these organizations and movements and shit. They already killed the flock off like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean,
so now everybody's just gonna be worried about it.
I won't
make my wings more expensive.
I won't say there should be no worries, but it should be no worries. I mean, they killed that flock, but whatever. Yeah, we always got something to worry about. I remember when bird flu, when that shit came out, man, I was expecting birds to fly out of the fucking sky and shit.
It seems like there's always something. There was swine flu, bird flu, and Ebola, and COVID. And I read this article like
SARS.
Yeah, SARS, which is COVID too, I guess.
Yeah, it seemed like every 2-3 years we had something else.
I read this article that's like, it's almost not a pandemic anymore. Now it's an endemic.
Yeah.
Which I guess is better.
And in swine flu, remember it fucked with the pork industry.
I'm sure it did. Yeah.
And the pork industry, I think if I remember this correctly, somebody correct me in the comments, but the pork industry even like punk the CDC. Like, yo, motherfucker, quit calling it that. So
Yeah.
then they called it by its patented name, N1, H1.
H1N1. Yeah.
H1N, whatever.
Probably
the
the
fuck.
only reason I know that is because pork producers threw a fucking fit.
Yeah,
about
they
it.
was like, hey, motherfucker, you better quit calling it swine flu.
Corona beer's got to be pissed.
Hey, man, y'all better quit calling it that, man.
Coronavirus.
Man, I didn't look into that one. I wonder if it affected them.
I'm sure. I bet it did.
I bet it did.
Only because people around here are stupid. Like, I saw these videos of, like, people throwing a fit in liquor stores. Like, why are you selling Smirnoff, that Russian bullshit?
Get the fuck out of here.
Shit's like made in Kentucky.
You know what I'm saying?
Fucking Russian, but
You
support
fucking
the
dumbass.
Russians. Fuck this liquor store. I gotta burn this liquor store down. And the dude's like, read the bottles, man. It says made in the USA on here, dog.
It's
Not
red.
only is it
It's
not,
red, white, and blue.
not only is it not Russian, it's made here, man. What are you talking?
You
People are just,
dumbass.
only because people are just so fucking stupid. I guarantee you there's somebody at a gas station that's like, I don't drink that Corona shit. I'm not trying to get the coronavirus.
Nah, this is the one they used to always get me where they say, speak American. I'm like,
and
well,
the
what is that? What is American? What is American?
And now that I'm thinking about it, the people who would not drink Corona probably didn't buy Corona anyway.
Anyway, so shut the fuck up.
Mexican ass beer. I'm gonna drink me some Bud. I'm gonna
Get
drink
the
me
fuck
some
outta
Bud
here.
Light.
All that shit's made in St. Louis, motherfucker.
I'm gonna drink no south of the border beer.
There may even be a wall that separates Corona and Budweiser, motherfucker. You don't even know that.
It probably is. Probably
Well, I say that because Stephon Marbury, he had a and one sneakers, and I think he charged like $60 for them in the stores. But like Finish Line, Foot Locker, they was like, well, that's not enough to even put on our shelves, so we don't want your shoe in here. Well, he was like, well, shit, my shoes are literally made out of the same materials as Michael Jordan's on the other side of the wall in the factory where both our fucking sneakers are made. Yeah, I was like, damn.
Yeah, I mean that's
And then they kind of blackballed him from the NBA.
that's true, man.
after
A lot
that.
of shit is probably like that.
Don't separate it by a wall. All made.
I mean,
in
if you like trace a company's ownership and like McDonald's and Burger King are probably owned by the same
same
motherfucker.
fucking people. What is it? Coca-Cola is Sprite and fucking Coke owns a lot.
Yeah.
Not just Coke.
Yeah.
Pepsi owns fucking Crush and all kinds of other fucking shit, bro. Frito-Lay fucking owns all kinds of fucking shit. It's not just Frito-Lay.
Let's see if we can find some good examples.
Nestle fucking owns the Mars family.
Okay. Hyundai and Kia, owned by the same company. This is a good one. Expedia, Orbitz, Trivago, Hotwire, and Travelocity are all owned by the same company. So no matter which one you're using, you're paying the same motherfucker.
Paying the same motherfuckers.
Oh, Gain, Tide, Downy, Bounce, and Cheer, all the same.
Oh shit, you bust my head with that one.
All owned by Procter and Gamble.
Huh.
Oh yeah, here we go. Budweiser, Michelob, and Rolling Rock, all owned by the same company.
So you boycotting one motherfucker was still giving them your money.
Facebook and Instagram. Oh, I didn't know this one. Adidas and Reebok,
Really?
owned by the same. Let's see.
That must be recent.
Oh yeah. In the early 2000s, Adidas acquired Reebok.
I did not know that. That's why Reebok had that comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Nike bought Converse, so
Yeah,
that's
so
why
there's
Converse is
some
making
e-
a comeback.
There's some examples
Yeah.
if anyone's interested in that. But yeah, a lot of times,
Dope examples.
a lot of times when you're buying shit from the same motherfucking people. I saw somewhere that this one isn't like that, but it's just kind of interesting. I saw that Ben and Jerry, the ice cream people,
Mm-hmm.
they also started Barnes and Noble.
No
I
shit.
guess their names Jerry Barnes and Ben Noble.
Another head buster.
Yeah,
No
so-
shit.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true. Like someone could probably I could probably fact check that myself, but I'm not gonna. So if someone-
I've never heard
if,
of
so-
it.
if someone knows for sure I'm wrong about that, let me know. But I saw it. Full disclaimer: I saw it on TikTok. So who knows if that shit's
It's
true?
probably
But
true.
our shit's on TikTok too, and it's mostly true. Most of it, I don't know.
Yeah, most.
We
of it.
probably say some shit that's not.
I omit some things in
Yeah, I
mid
don't-
sentence sometimes. 'Cause
Sometimes I don't fact check what I'm saying.
Might
I'll say that.
might still be an open case somewhere. That's always my biggest fear.
You kind of got to be careful.
No, I didn't get caught for that, so
You kind of got to be careful about.
yeah,
some
I gotta
shit like
omit.
that.
I gotta omit some things. Sometimes mid sentence, like, oh, don't say that.
That's why we don't do a live show.
Don't say that.
We got a message that was like, you guys should do live, and I'm like, well, first of all, I don't even really know how.
I don't either.
I would like to, but
I would.
And then there's stuff like that too. We would have to be kind of.
Would have to omit some shit.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't.
Live show's kind of hard. Some people might. There's still some interested parties.
Right. Let's say it
in
like
what
that.
some people might be talking about. On
Let's
this
say
shit.
that.
So I don't know. Maybe someday we'll do a live show. I don't know, but yeah, we get that comment.
We get a little
Time to
more up
time.
there. We might go live for y'all. We might go live.
Yeah, we got to get our new space set up before we can worry about
Working
anything.
on it, baby. It's gonna be nice and cozy and shit, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. And then maybe we can do 3 camera angles. Whoa.
Try that new angle.
Whoa. We might even be able to buy actual cameras, and I won't have to spend so much time editing because we can record the audio and the video at the same time. Right now, for you people who care about the tech setup, there's really not one. We talk about this a lot, but
I wish we could show y'all.
people say we're lying all the fucking time. I mean, yeah, I could like point it down here. No, I can't. I can't get it down far enough because my tripod sits in the
Maybe pre-show. Maybe
probably-
pre-show next week. We'll get y'all a lay of the land.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, I post a picture on Instagram most week, and it's just like the laptop. We have 2 just USB microphones plugged into this thing, which are actually pretty nice. The sound quality, I think, is pretty good for what they were like $80 each.
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, I think
or
that's
something.
what does it for us.
Yeah, and iPhone's recording 4K now, so it's like you don't have to
Compared to everybody else's setup, y'all, we real minor right now. We real minor.
Yeah, everybody else has those like XLR mics, and they have like a dedicated spot. This is like literally the chair that DK's in is 3 feet that way.
No cameraman in here.
And this is where the people sit. So our setup is just these microphones. We record on our iPhones. So basically, what I have to do is sync up the microphone audio with the camera audio, and then cut out the actual camera sound. So we clap at the beginning of the show, do all that weird shit.
I be shouting you out, man. I be letting everybody know, man. Nah, he does that, dog. He does that.
I appreciate that. I'm trying to talk my wife into learning how to do it because she's not working. Another cool gift from the Marine Corps. She don't have to work anymore.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so she's not working. So I'm like, man, do you think you would want to learn how to edit?
Productions.
Yeah, but she kind of wants to start doing some YouTube shit too. You know,
Husband, what? Oh, yeah.
she wants to start doing.
Oh.
Yeah, she wants to start doing makeup videos and stuff, and she wants to do like a vlog about like what it's like to be a kind of just a stay-at-home wife with no kids. You know how she keeps herself busy.
Yeah, that's a whole nother world there, ain't it? 'Cause, that's a whole nother world.
I think people will be into it. That's exactly like the people she watches. That's exactly what they're
I think
doing.
that would work.
So,
That's a
yeah.
whole nother world.
Yeah, I think so too. So she wants to get into YouTube too, and I'm like, man, so you'd have to learn how to edit anyway, probably.
Yeah.
And maybe you could just edit our shit real quick.
Encouraging me. Encouragement.
You know what'll be some good editing
You
practice?
should do it, girl. You should
Editing
do it.
our show.
You should do it. You at home anyway?
Well, and then she could actually edit it because, like, if there's any bit of like good editing in the show, it's a total accident. Because I look at the audio waves, and then I just chop it up, and then just whoever's talking, that's just whose camera is gonna show. So sometimes I might miss some ways that I could edit it to be a little
If
more.
it works, it works, baby.
Yeah, I'm just flying through that thing. So, maybe she'll find it in her heart to want to learn how to edit. But I wouldn't blame her if she didn't, man. Especially if she's about to have her own shit going on, because editing's a little brutal.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's
I can imagine.
Yeah, it's just a little tedious.
Man, we just sent this Ancestry.com thing in. We just sent our shit in.
Oh yeah, Veronica said she talked to Jenna about that.
Yeah, we did it.
I'm excited, man.
I know.
I should do that too. How much was that?
I think it was only like $90 or something like that.
Ain't bad.
I mean, you can find out
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing it.
whatever the fuck you want, man. And like I said, last week's story, my dad, what I mean? This dude was everywhere, all over the
That's
fucking world playing basketball. And I have
You're gonna get 40 emails. Like,
you know what I mean?
you got a sister here. You got a brother here. You got 2 sisters.
I got a biological sister that I know of, and we're 23 years apart. Come on, man. I got 8 kids of my own.
Well, yeah, I'm saying if he wasn't being very careful 20 years ago, and then he wasn't being very careful the last time, then he probably wasn't being very careful in between.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's. I think I'm more excited for that part.
Especially if he's like traveling the world and he's like, I'm out of here tomorrow.
I'm out of here tomorrow. You know,
I'm
I'm pregnant.
and I'm never gonna be here again.
I'm in Budapest tomorrow.
You got a bunch of little Asian,
you know
Asian
what I'm
brothers,
saying?
little
You know what I'm
Blasian
saying?
brothers.
That's more or less what, because I ain't got no brothers. You know what I mean? I ain't grow up with no brothers. I had all fucking
Shit,
sisters
you
and
might
shit.
have a lot of them.
Oh my God, a lot of brothers out here.
Might have been
man.
over there like Genghis Khan.
What
What do people say about that? I wonder if have you heard that like everybody on Earth is like related to Genghis Khan because he had so many children or something.
I've heard that.
You heard that? I wonder if that's true. I'm gonna Google.
I don't
it right
believe it. I mean, because civilization came from Africa. Everything
now.
started
Yeah, now
in
it's
Africa.
here's what it actually is. 1 in every 200 men alive is a relative of Genghis Khan.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. More than 16 million men in Central Asia have the same male Y chromosome as Genghis Khan.
That's not true.
1 in 200 men are direct descendants
That's not
of
true.
Genghis Khan.
Because they're just, I think last year, there was a guy, of course, I can't say his name, but he wanted to prove that the Chinamen came from the Chinamen. Or that's what he thought. Like, we came from us. Well, he did a trek across from left to right Asia and found out African.
Yeah, well, I mean, it had to start the first person had to be from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, the first person can't be from a bunch of different places.
Nah. So that, yeah, I've heard many different, but it just didn't, it never lined up with me because just the region. And it's fact that civilization came from Central Africa, a Central African country that was probably called something else back then, I'm sure.
Yeah, shit's crazy. I don't know, stuff like that's too big for me to comprehend, man. Like
I used to be so sharp
was
on
it
that.
just one, just like evolutionarily, there was like this monkey thing, and then it just had a baby that was a person.
See, and that's where I'm like that monkey shit, man. I'm like,
I mean, I believe it, and it was more gradual than that. But there had to have been a point where it's like, okay, this is people now. And then there's that missing link thing.
Because
And it's just like, was it just one person? Bro,
I have
there had to be a first one. So at one point, there must have just been one person walking around.
We didn't look like what we look like now, though.
No,
We didn't have arms. We didn't have legs. We didn't have fingers. Like,
we had arms and legs.
we had like, our feet, man, was just one big toe. Like, we didn't look like what we look like now.
Yeah.
We weren't him. In other words, whales used to look like pigs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the first person that looked like this, like there had to have been a first one.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not like, oh, I guess maybe a bunch of them could have been born at once. If there was like different groups of whatever was before, and then they all had little human babies at the same time.
So we'll call them Homo sapiens.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Stuff like that is that's too
But
big.
see, that's where they fuck us up
That's
when they
too big for
say
me to comprehend.
time. Which they started recording time in 1492, as if to say that's when shit started. Well,
I don't think they're saying that. I think that's just when they're saying recorded history started.
recorded history
Which it started way before that, though. 'Cause
way before that, but a lot of people think, oh, that's when it. Yeah,
a lot of people are weird. A lot of people think the Earth is 2022 years old.
exactly. So you know where the fuck I'm going with it. Then you feel what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
a lot of people
there's
think that.
there's those people who think the world's 2022 years old. Yeah.
Like it's the year 2022, so the year is 2000. The Earth is 2,000 years old. That's not how it works. Sorry.
Probably billions.
How old is the Earth? Let's go. We're out of time. This is the last thing we'll Google today. We're feeling good today, I think.
Feeling real good.
4.5 billion years. Milky Way's 13.6 billion years. Don't even ask me how they know that. I don't know.
You see, that's
Space
where
is like
that's where I'm going with the 1492 shit.
I
Like,
can't even wrap my head around space.
like I said,
As a concept.
I think of the ocean as more space than space.
Yeah.
Because they won't go down in that ocean fucking around like they do in space. Something.
It's because stuff could be alive in the ocean.
Something down there told you better not bring your ass back down here, motherfucker.
Godzilla.
Maybe Megalodon is out there.
Godzilla is.
And they're smart enough, because sharks are intelligent animals, right? Maybe they're smart enough to stay the fuck away from us than people up there with the legs and arms and shit.
All right. That's it. That's our time this week. Thanks for listening. If this is the first time you listened, thanks for staying for the whole show. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, check us out on our social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Like I said at the beginning, YouTube and Spotify have the videos. Send us an email, alwayschillingpodcast@gmail.com. If you got something that you want to let us know, got something you want us to talk about, let's do it. Here's fucking Pimp of the Year again, dude. Every year, or every week, Pimp of the Year comes on, man. This shit fucking kind of bangs, dude. I like it.
As corny as it was, man.
Anyways, you guys have a great week.
Peace.
See ya.